We're conflating topics today. Digital assets are not on trial. Fraud and organizations are on trial. So let's separate digital assets from corrupt organizations. FTX, as I've been saying for the last few weeks, is good old-fashioned fraud. And what they did is separate from digital assets. Now, we've all heard that FTX lent its executives hundreds of millions of dollars in commingled customer funds for personal use, and customers who tried to wire money to FTX were instead given Alameda's routing number. That is fraud. That's fraud, whether it's conducted in US dollars or euros or digital assets. That is fraud.
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and Kevin O'Leary has caused outrage again, and this time it's really bad. I'm going to show you the facts. And is XRP settlement today, or is it just crazy talk? Well, I'm going to let you know what I'll be doing if it is true. And David Schwartz, you got to wait for it. It's on two fronts. One's for fun, and one is serious. And Alameda tried to redeem 3,000 Bitcoin from their custody partner, BitGo, just before filing for bankruptcy. Very interesting. We hear from the CEO. And is Elizabeth Warren taking the United States to a dictatorship? Well, Bank of America chimes in on how she affects the banks using crypto. Now, I've got a surprise for you, something that's been in the oven. And today, yeah, some extra fluffy fluff. All right, everybody, come on, let's go.
Why do you believe FTX failed?
I have an opinion. I don't have the records. Here it is. These two behemoths that own the unregulated market together and grew these incredible businesses in terms of growth were at war with each other. And one put the other out of business intentionally. Now, maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe there's nothing wrong with love and war. But Binance is a massive, unregulated global monopoly now. They put FTX out of business.
Here are the facts. According to the Bahamian court records, former co-CEO of FTX, Ryan Salame, blew the whistle on the whole deal. Page 49. It's not CZ at Binance. He needs to stop damaging this ecosystem with his speculation. When we come down to page 49, you can see right here, regrettably, the commission was informed today by Mr. Ryan Salame, who is the chairman of FTX Digital, that clients' assets, which may have been held with FTX Digital, were transferred to Alameda Research, Alameda, and FTX Digital were related companies. Specifically, Mr. Samuel Bankman-Fried is the founder of both FTX Digital and Alameda. And here is, for me, the most interesting. Mr. Salame further advised the commission that there were only 3 persons who had the necessary codes or passwords to transfer clients' assets to Alameda in this manner. That is, the founders of FTX Digital, who were Mr. Samuel Bankman-Fried, Mr. Nishid Singh, and Mr. Zhao Gary Wang. She goes on to say that she needs to investigate this matter on an urgent basis. And to top it off, Elizabeth Warren unveils her bipartisan bill to crack down on crypto money laundering. According to Coin Center, who has really studied this carefully, there is nothing in that bill that would prevent the next FTX. It actually intends to forbid Americans from having any technological guarantees of personal privacy, forcing networks to gate and surveil. I want to play a clip for you. It's the head of global equities at Bank of America when he addresses the question about crypto and banks. And you can hear Senator Warren is the first regulator out of his mouth. Have a listen.
So firstly, as a bank, when you're regulated by Senator Warren and all the other regulators and the Senate and the House and our Fed and OCC, they take it very seriously. When you have 70 million Americans' money and they don't want you to do stuff that could put that deposits at risk. So as a firm, we can't, apart from writing research, we can't really do much in crypto. And most of the banks cannot really do anything in crypto. Hence, you have this whole parallel universe emerging where they're unregulated and 28 million Americans at the peak were trading crypto, away from the banks, quite frankly. And we could see it. Our money was going from our private clients through channels to Coinbase.
Don't let this space get you down. Yeah, it feels like it's always a fight, but this fight is worth fighting for. The Bearable Bull asked today, if the Ripple case settles, what would you buy? I think I'm just going to buy a simple bottle of pink sparkle. As you know, I read all the comments in the comment section of these videos, as does Blockchain Backer and Jungle Inc. and, well, I'm sure a few others. And someone thought I was just crazy because they wondered how in the world did Satoshi talk about a Ripple in 2009? Well, you need to study about Ryan Fugger and Ripple Pay. I think a lot of YouTubers don't know anything about this. And David replied, yep, Ryan Fugger didn't have the technology to make a decentralized asset, so he built the decentralized system consisting of a number of centralized assets that could interoperate. This was the basis of what we have today, and thanks to David, Arthur Brito, and Jed McCaleb, they brought it to perfection. We've got the XRP ledger, which is secured by the digital asset native to the ledger, XRP. And sticking with David for just a moment, look at his new collection that is located on OpenSea. These are the NFTs, which are called Ugly on the outside. For the description, David wrote, feel free to name yours after anyone you know who is as ugly on the inside as these folks are on the outside. They are pretty interesting. And the cost on today, based on the price of Ether, will run you around $321, and that would be without the Ethereum gas fee. SBI, the largest outside shareholder of Ripple, has launched in collaboration with Digital Growth Academia a portal for training, machine learning, Python, which is the coding language, AI, to thinking digital. There are 2-hour programs all the way to 5-day courses. And Mickey B. Fresh, he's launched his new website. It looks pretty good. It's going to be another really good resource for you, especially when it comes to Songbird, Flare, and the XRP ledger, mickeyBfresh.com. And almost everybody, the guide to Series 65, that is to prepare you for the test that will give you the official recognition of being a financial advisor, as well as putting you on the track to be an accredited investor. I'm telling you, it is almost here. A big shout out to Genfinity for bringing it to the community at no charge. Even if you're not interested in taking on a new career path or becoming an accredited investor, if you just want to level up your financial knowledge, this is going to be a great free resource. Before I let the BitGo CEO take you out on this video, let's jump to the fluff. This is all about the fluffy breed Akita Inu. It's one of the 6 native dog breeds of Japan. The robust bodies, triangular ears, physically powerful, fiercely loyal, but very mild and obedient personalities. They've served as a guard dog for the feudal lords in the past and also became the trusted hunting assistants for bear and deer. There are only about 2,600 registered in Japan, and then you take the 10,000 that are located overseas. It's a very small comparison to, let's say, Labradors, which have a worldwide population of 3 million. And if you come to Tokyo and go out the west exit of the Shibuya station, you'll see right in front of you the statue of Hachiko, which is one of the more really touching stories about an Akita breed in Japan. For the location of Akita, you can see that it's just north of Tokyo, highlighted in this darker gray. Yuzawa City in Akita has a really fun snow festival. Instead of seeing snowmen, you're going to see a lot of snow dogs. And there is a Web3 NFT project called Meta Akita, and they're working on preserving this breed, working along with also the One for Akita project. It's really a wonderful example to see how NFTs can be used in this very productive, useful, thoughtful way. You can follow their progress on Twitter at Metakita CEO. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
Right around the time that they were about to file the bankruptcy, in comes a burn. And there's a process for how this burn comes through. And there's some security details. And of course, we know who operative personnel are at each of the merchants. And this one came in from a person who we had never dealt with before. All of a sudden, asking to burn and get some Bitcoin. So as far as we know, I think it was probably legitimate. Maybe there's some chaos going on over there, and they had somebody else try to process it. Maybe they forgot about the process. I'm going to assume that there was no bad behavior, but it didn't match the process. So we held it up and we said, no. This is not what a burn looks like. And we need to know who this person was. And of course, the people that we had usually dealt with from Alameda were not responsive at the time. So we held it. And while we were holding it, waiting for a response on those issues, they went bankrupt. Look, I think those assets go back to the bankruptcy folks in the end. Obviously, we're not going to do anything with it. And again, I think the process is working. These are not atomic operations that have happened.